What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, we have to talk about what honestly could be the biggest gaming leak of the year, and maybe even longer, maybe of the decade. And I know, when somebody comes and says, if this is the first time you've heard me, you say, wow, this guy comes off strong. You know what I mean? He throws everything he's got at you in the first 10 seconds, and he talks too fast. And all of those things are very, very true. But no, honestly, there was this leak that happened earlier today. And basically, and look, I don't honestly know all about it. I'm going to try to simplify it as best I can for you guys. This was unlocking the GeForce Now, okay? So these are games basically with either some sort of potential to come to PC, or it's because of like Nintendo games around here because of some sort of Chinese system. And then also you have PlayStation games that could be connected to PS Now, and that's why they make their way onto this list. So basically, and there's actually more caveats. Some of these games are not soon at all. There's games listed here that could very well be 4, 5+ years away. So we're not talking about games that release tomorrow. We're not even talking about games that release next year. And we also have games that have already come out. Specifically, PlayStation games are some of the bigger, I guess, culprits here of games that have already released that maybe could potentially make their way to PC in the future, okay? It's a lot of caveats. I understand that. So basically, take it with a grain of salt, but a lot of this stuff people are kind of confirming in batches and saying, this is true, this is true. Like, this whole thing seems very, very true. Now, whether these games are eventually going to come out, or again, they come out 5 years from now, or maybe they get canceled, like, those things are definitely possible. And somebody made a really nice Reddit thread where they just started listing them, and I want to go through them, and I kind of remember some also in the back of my head that if they're not listed here, I'll also say. Okay, so let's just read through. God of War, Returnal, Demon Souls for PC, no mention of PS4 Spider-Man or Bloodborne, GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas remasters, we've heard about those, some unannounced GeForce Now games like Mafia Definitive Edition, even the new Uncharted collection for PC with its complete name, and Alan Wake Remastered are there. All new PlayStation games. If it doesn't say Steam/Epic at the end, it might just be a GeForce Now/PS Now crossover for testing, since PS Now is also on PC. That's kind of what I was alluding to earlier, and we'll read those out soon as well. All unannounced Xbox game projects, which include Avowed, Fable, and more, which are also in the database. Some Nintendo games like Super Mario Bros. Wii show up because of NVIDIA's Shield in China. Fight for Middle-earth, so that could be like a Middle-earth 3, it could be something around that. Injustice 3, Gods Will Fall, Half-Life 2 Remastered, Titan Quest 2, and Outcast, Payday 3, Project FPS, which is Paradox Interactive, Human Fall Flat 2, Hangar 13's unannounced game, which is the team that made Mafia Definitive Edition, the Talos Principle 2, Total War 9, Untitled Respawn game, Kingdom Hearts 4, Untitled The Initiative game, obviously Perfect Dark, Sniper Elite 5, Helldivers 2, interesting one, Judgment with mouse and keyboard support, Halo 5 Guardians for PC, City Skylines 2, Space Punks for Steam, Moss for Steam, Gear 6, Hitman Pro, Destroy All Humans 3, Earth Defense Force 6, Dragon's Dogma 2, which we know is actually happening, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled for PC, Chrono Cross Remaster, BioShock 2022, which is very interesting, Shin Megami Tensei 5 and Catherine Full Body for PC, Final Fantasy VII Remake for PC. And now some of the Microsoft ones, in fact, all the Microsoft ones are mainly future Xbox games, and Jez Corden went on to confirm some of them, that obviously Typhoon, which is Contraband, and A Holland, which is Fable. So let's just quickly read out what these are. There's Oxide unannounced, Project Holland, Project Typhoon, and Project Woodstock, which again, some of these are being confirmed, kind of back and forth. And then PlayStation has Days Gone, which, already has happened, Demon Souls, Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, Gran Turismo 7, Guns Up, Helldivers 2, Helldivers, Horizon Forbidden West, Horizon Zero Dawn in all its editions, Predator Hunting Grounds, Ratchet and Clank, Returnal, Sackboy, A Big Adventure, and Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection. Now, again, some of these are already like things that have happened. There's no denying them, and then some of them, may happen or may not happen. And there's also, and they didn't list these in the original list, but there's placeholders. They say these are more placeholders than actual games. There is a BioShock RTX remaster, Batman Arkham Knight RTX remaster, and Mirror Mirror's Edge RTX remaster. And again, I mean, some of this stuff, here's the tough thing, right? If you're not like in the gaming industry, or you haven't like been watching, right? Like I'm not in it, but I like watch it. Like this would probably be very confusing, and this would raise a lot of questions, right? There is very a high possibility that some of these games won't happen or will be canceled or whatever. However, you really, and I'm not going to go through every single one, but like you can kind of see, obviously a lot of the Microsoft stuff is going to happen because we just know that, right? The Sony stuff already is out. It's interesting that the Sony stuff, like there's nothing in terms of the future for PlayStation, but again, that's probably because they just don't have access to databases or however. Again, like I don't actually know how they got all this stuff. I'm not going to play smart for you guys because I'm really not smart in this way. So, you know, but like they don't know what comes out in the future for PlayStation. But again, they do for Xbox. You look at Square Enix, like Kingdom Hearts 4. I mean, that's easy to say, but like it's there. Now, again, does that come out in 4 or 5 years? Yes, but like it's going to happen. So in case anybody was concerned about Kingdom Hearts, and I'm just giving an example, right? Kingdom Hearts 4. BioShock 2022 is something I want to talk about real quick because, you know, obviously there is a new BioShock game coming. It's been long rumored, and obviously they've confirmed that it's happening, but it's been in the dark for just so long to be, I guess, fully announced and then released in the same year in 2022. I would not have expected that, but that, you know, it very well could happen. And again, I mean, if you really do want to go real quickly, like Final Fantasy VII Remake on PC, yeah, that's been rumored quite a bit. City Skylines 2, makes sense. Future Total War games, obviously. Hangar 13's unannounced game. Well, we know they're working on a game that's not Mafia next, right? Payday 3, we know that game exists. Injustice 3, so there's an example of a game that like could be happening. It could happen after a Mortal Kombat game. It could happen after a Marvel game. It's on there, but that doesn't mean it has to happen. But and it's even got the subtitles, right? Gods Will Fall. The GTA Remaster trilogy, right? 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. We've heard a lot about that. There's really no reason to doubt that. And they're right. And basically, I guess what they're getting at is this happened, or this stuff was in there before the official announcement. So the fact that they knew the name, or like this database knew the name for the full Uncharted like what that was going to be called, and also Alan Wake's, you know, collection full name. That kind of gives it bonus points. I guess also looking at the remasters, BioShock's remaster. I mean, we already have the BioShock collection. I don't think we need it again. At the same time, you know, they will do what they will do. Really, actually, all 3 of these are kind of like, this is weird. Like, why would you do this? Batman Arkham Knight. Obviously, this was one that people were kind of spreading around the internet because of the Batman community or the Gotham Knights community. And yeah, I'm not really on board with it. I think a lot of other people are too. Like, can we please get Origins, or can we get some sort of collection of all of them? Do we really just need the one that has been enhanced for next gen anyway? Like Batman Arkham Knight has been enhanced for next gen, not fully. Like we're not talking about this is a remaster, right? So we're not talking about that, but you know, I guess I would not take it. You know what I mean? I guess I'll play it, or you know, I would look into it, but it's not something I absolutely need. And even like Mirror's Edge, like you're trying to bring that back again because Catalyst was not very, I mean, I played it. I really liked the first Mirror's Edge. I would take more of them, but to remaster the first game, I mean, I guess just make a new one. So, I mean, big. I really don't know what else to say. I mean, the games I kind of mentioned are the ones that kind of stand out to me. But again, like you look at the Xbox ones, there's not too much to read from the Xbox ones because again, like we know Contraband, we know Fable, like that stuff is kind of not new. The Sony stuff, not new. But like, I will admit, like seeing BioShock 2022 gets me really pumped. Just seeing Kingdom Hearts 4, even though I know we still got a while to wait, like just seeing Kingdom Hearts 4 is, you know what I mean? It's exciting. So huge. I really don't know. You know, that Capcom data breach was pretty big, and it got us things like Dragon's Dogma 2, which I forgot to mention as well, right? Like, that's another one. Like, we know they're working on that because it was literally hacked from them, and so to appear on this database also makes a lot of sense. So that was pretty big because we got probably like 5 years worth of what Capcom is doing next. Like, there's nothing they can do that'll surprise people in the next 4 years because we got the roadmap last year of what's going to happen. That was probably one of the biggest things that's ever happened. This one may go down in history as the biggest because it's not release dates, it's not years, so maybe that hurts like its overall, you know, standing right in the and I guess in the listing of how great it is. However, I mean, just having all this stuff here is pretty darn impressive. So I could talk about it forever. I will not. I'll stop it here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below any games that kind of stand out to you, maybe games that I missed if I didn't read them. Let me know. Make sure, if you haven't already, you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. If you want to follow me on any of my social media accounts, we're close to hitting milestones, honestly, on Twitter and on my second channel if you guys want to support us there. We also have Patreon and YouTube memberships if you guys want to support us financially. Links for all of them are in the description below. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you all on the next video.